Welcome to the Fifth and Goal Sports Podcast. Now, here are your hosts, Aaron, Josh, and Johnny.
Welcome to the show, listeners, viewers. Thanks for being here. It's a great time on the sports calendar. Happy Masters Week, everybody. Look, we want to properly celebrate Masters Week around here, so we unfortunately can't do that very well with the three of us normally because while we enjoy golf, it would hurt your eyes to watch us play. So today, joining us is a very special guest. Isaak Ramsey is joining the show today. He's from, he's our friend from school, a lot of different connections. He's also here with Play Ready Golf. We'll get into more of that in a minute. But first, Isaak, welcome to the show, man. Thanks for being here.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Huge fan of the program. You know, long-time listener, first-time caller / joiner, if you will.
We got one.
I'm super,
That's right.
It only took 5
excited.
years. We got one.
What, Josh? Proof that we do have listeners?
A long-time fan, first-time. Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's right. Well, Isaak, I got to ask you this because you are a diehard golfer. What does this week look like for you? And not to bury the lead, but I think it's going to get pretty exciting later on this week for you.
Yeah, this morning's work meeting. We've got all hands on deck every morning, like 15 minutes, just everybody checking in. And I welcomed everybody to the best week of the year. Obviously, we've got the tonight. We've got the championship match of the NCAA basketball tournament, but that just kicks off the week. You've got a full week of just being on the Masters website all week, watching all the different live streams. There's so many things that go into this week that make it so special. The history, the venue, the way that Augusta National presents. It's so unique, and it's one of those things that you have to experience in the moment as opposed to afterwards on Twitter. Because afterwards on Twitter, that's where all the fun starts. Because everybody's got takes flying. There's all these live podcasts going on that you're listening to, and so it's a very special week for a lot of different reasons.
Isaak, as someone whose only real connection to the Masters is that in my apartment, I currently have an official Masters golf chair that I found abandoned at a Starbucks.
Amazing find.
It's a good find.
That's a better connection than I got.
It's a good find. Well, not after this week. I know you're going to be able to have the privilege of going down to Augusta to watch some of this tournament. For the uninitiated, other than just the natural pressures of a tournament, what makes Augusta that much more?
Yeah, I think it's the history is the majority of it. I mean, there's the history of the event is unbelievably special with who's won it, how they've won it. Everybody grew up watching the Masters. Everybody grew up and remembers certain shots that players that they really adore, really hate. They remember seeing those. And so then when you're a player and you get there, you realize, oh crap, now I'm in this arena. That arena also just so happens to be like one of the best golf courses in the entire world from you have to pull off shots perspective, which we can get into later. On top of that, the ramifications of winning are massive. You're in that event for life. You're at the champions dinner every single year. You get the green jacket that you get to tote around for a year. You get to basically not necessarily be a member, but you are in that club, and it might be the most exclusive club in golf. And so not only is the pressure super high, but now the pressures of the actual golf course and performing these unbelievably difficult golf shots, it all kind of culminates, and the whole world is watching too. This is not an event that overlaps with something else, like the Ryder Cup might overlap with an NFL game, or the President's Cup might overlap with a late season baseball game. This event doesn't overlap, which I think also adds to the pressure because now the entire world is watching. And I think part of that too, not to get too into the details, is ESPN plays a big part every year. I know they're expanding broadcasting rights and things like that, but ESPN being the primary broadcasting partner, I think also adds not necessarily pressure on the players, but I think it just makes the whole event feel more elevated as well.
No, it's good. And I appreciate that you included the champions dinner. I was going to say that, I mean, that's the biggest deal to me. Like you get to pick that dinner. Aaron, I think we might have found our picks of the week prize. Maybe we get our own victories dinner.
Ooh. But I like that.
let's jump into the field for this year, because we were talking a little bit before the podcast started. Do you have a specific favorite as in you think might win? Also, do you have a personal favorite? Maybe somebody you're kind of cheering for? I know a lot of times, like, it's all about storylines, like Rory last year, sleepers, anything like that you're like really excited for specifically for this year's iteration.
Well, I know we're doing a draft later, so I don't want you guys to change your picks based on what I'm about to say. But I think there's really three names that stand out to me right now for a variety of reasons. Number one, to win. Number one is Bryson DeChambeau, because he was so close last year. His game's in a great spot right now. According to now, he's playing on Live. And I think he's starting to figure out that golf course a little bit. He also is 32 years old, and the average age of a first-time Masters winner is 32 years old. So I'm just going to throw that in there as a fun little stat. And I just think he's got the temperament now to start really continue contending. I mean, he's one of the best major players in the past 2 years. So he's probably number one on my big board. Number two is going to be Matt Fitzpatrick. He is incredibly close to the trend line over the past 6 months in terms of performance that every single Masters winner over the past few years has been. And so he's on the best trajectory out of everybody in the field to win from a strokes gain perspective, from a statistics perspective. He's kind of he's the numbers winner. Like, he's on the right trend. He's playing well. He played well at the Players a few weeks ago. Then he backs it up with a win. Like, he is on the right pace. He took this past week off. I think he is a sneaky one that some people might not be thinking of, but he's good. And he's got a major win under his belt, which people forget, at Brookline. And that's also, like, knowing how to win a major is tough. Finally, and this is my heart pick, is Patrick Reed. Golf needs a villain again. He left Live officially. He'll be back on the tour in the fall. He could make a President's Cup team. Like, this kind of feels like one of those weeks where he's won here. He played great last year. He knows the place. He is primed to go put up another good week. And so I think Patrick Reed is kind of like where my heart's at. Like, I would love, as much as I don't necessarily love the person that Patrick Reed is, as I don't know him at all, but how he's portrayed, I think that he's a really interesting character, and he's got an unbelievable game, and he's peaking too. So those are kind of my big three.
I like that. Every
and
sport,
we all need a good villain.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
every sport's
amen.
better with a villain. You may not like it, but that just seems to be true more often than not.
I'm curious, what is that? How do those names pop off the board to you guys? Because I know we're going to get into the draft later, but any of those surprise you guys?
I'm not so surprised by the names you said. I think I'm surprised. Yeah. Well, I think maybe the golf, general people that would tune in just for the Masters may be surprised by the names you didn't list on as far as who you think would win. Because there's no Rory. We'll get into that. It's difficult to win twice. There's no Scotty, which we may get into that as well, because his driving numbers not great right now. So there's none of the names that you would, like John Rahm, who I know odds wise is up there, but I think there's going to be a name, maybe one of those two that you mentioned, that is not necessarily a household name in the sense of, like, someone who just tunes into this tournament every year, but that becomes a household name this year. I could definitely see that happening.
I think part of that too is, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you.
I was going to say DeChambeau's also interesting. I love always like the talk around him, because I feel like he's very polarizing.
Yeah.
And you're just kind of waiting for that breakthrough with DeChambeau. Like, I know it's not like he hasn't won, but like he hasn't won the Masters, of course. I don't know, like, he's just this physical freak of nature in the way that he's able to drive. And it's always, the short game that really has bugged him and bit him and you're talking about how he's figuring out the course. It'll be very fascinating if he's there on Sunday to see if the crowd picks him up, kind of like they did Rory last year, or if it's kind of no, we don't really care for Bryson. Like, I think he's gotten better with his public persona and image in the last couple of years, for sure. But I do still think there's a little bit of residue from that. And so I just find Bryson's a very fascinating golfer to talk about, I think, in general. And he is talked about a lot.
Yeah. I think the tough thing about this field this year is nobody stands out. Like the previous years has been like, oh yeah, Rory's playing the best in the world. Okay, he's probably going to win, and he wins. And Scotty's playing the best in the world. He's probably going to win. He wins. Rahm, probably the best in the world. He's going to win. He wins. Dustin Johnson, even in 2020, like he was still playing elite level golf. And then that golf course was just significantly softer because they played in the fall. Like, okay, no surprise. The guy who drives it forever and wedges it great, like he's going to hit it. He's going to play great. I could list 20 names that you could convince me they're going to win the Masters this year. Like we could go down every single list and I go, I could see that. Oh, I could see that. Oh, I could see that. Like outside of really the first timers, I'm kind of like, pretty much it's an open, like you just got to go get it done this year. It feels like, because like you guys mentioned, those big three right now, it's really hard to win a Masters twice in a row. Rahm, I'm not super convinced is like, I don't know if he's getting the right competitive reps. And once again, like this is a, armchair analysis, but that's, the whole point of the podcast.
Exactly.
And then Scotty is off to like just not a great start to the year compared to what we're used to from him. And so that's where it's a little bit that what we were talking about beforehand, it feels like 2019 all over again, where, okay, there's maybe some guys that are playing good, but I think Sunday afternoon is going to be sick this year. I think it's going to be, we're not going to have any clue who's going to win standing on 16T.
Ooh. I like the sound of that.
I hope you're right. Like that gets me excited. Like I think most golf fans would be in this category too. Like I don't want a runaway leader, like going into Sunday. I mean, that can be fascinating to see if they, collapse or not too in a different way, for all of you hate watchers out there. But I think most of us like a 3 or 4 horse race going into Sunday where everybody's a few shots away from each other and anything could happen. That's my preference watching a Sunday going into golf, final round of the golf match.
Yeah. And on top of where the players are positioned right now, I will add one thing. From everything I'm hearing and the weather forecast, it looks like it's going to be crazy firm. And not to bury the lead too much, but putting matters the least at Augusta out of every single tour stop. Like that, you do not separate because Augusta National is incredibly hard to putt on and it's incredibly hard to hit a ball close. And so that's why like approach play is going to be your number one determinant of who wins this event for the most. I mean, what was it? 3, 4, for a 10-year span, 2012 to 2022, 9 of the 10 winners were top 7 in approach play. Like approach play is pretty much, if you can do that and you can do everything kind of like you're probably going to win.
Wow.
And if it's going to be firm, that's going to get exaggerated because there's these areas are so small on these greens where they put these pins that every ball gets repelled off of there. And so Augusta National has more putts inside of 5 feet and more putts outside of 30 feet than any other stop during the year. So you either have to be really, really on with your lag putting or you're going to have to be trying to chip it really close. And then you've got all these really tough putts inside of 5 feet. So that's where it's like putting, not that putting doesn't matter. You have to putt well, but if it stays firm like this, that's where it's like, man, Bryson is looking really good if he can figure out how to hit off of these uneven lies, which I think he has, because he can hit it really stinking high and land it soft into these really firm greens.
Well, on that note, let's get into it because there are so many different options of who could win this, or at least we hope. Let's get into our Masters draft. So we've already randomized the order. We're going to do a good old-fashioned snake draft of 3 rounds. So Josh, you've got the first pick of the first round, and then you won't pick until the last pick of the second round. So
perfect.
The board is yours, Josh, for pick number 1.
Man, anybody I want.
Yeah, for those uninitiated, we do picks of the week here. Our scoreboard is extremely close. If one of us gets the Masters winner, they get a point. Isaac, I don't know if we've ever had a guest get a point on picks of the week, so this could be a first. This is really exciting. I think your point is worth like 15, so you could be the winner after all this, and maybe we'll make you a championship dinner. I don't know what'll happen, but we'll figure that out. So, yeah, Josh, over to you. You've got pick number 1, my good sir.
When we talk about, again, especially with the aforementioned uninitiatedness that I have with golf, it's easy to pick one of the most favorites to win. We've already talked about those. It's also easy to go against type and go with maybe one of the least expected. I'm going to try the classic Dwight Schrute method and go with the person I most medium suspect. So a guy who's youngish, trending up, kind of, but nobody's really looking at him, and that's going to be Ludwig R.
Oberg. That was my pick too.
You're kidding. Are you kidding?
I don't know.
That's impossible.
Nobody's looking at Ludwig. I mean, he's one of the favorites to win this event.
It's impossible. That's literally who I was going to pick. I have to reorient my entire draft. Thanks a lot, Josh. You didn't even say his last name right.
No, I got too excited. I got too excited that I pronounced Ludwig okay.
Gosh.
And then I went, oh crap, I got another name to go.
Well, geez. Honestly, Isaac, you're talking me into Shambo, but I'm going to remain firm in what I was going to pick coming in, and I'm actually going to pick Xander Schauffele. He's 18-1 in the odds. It's another medium pick.
That was my go.
I feel like, you're talking a lot about just, man, it might not be the year for the top favorites. And, 18-1's not bad odds at all. So I want as many bites at the apple in that kind of second pack of guys as possible in this one, because I think there's a good chance that's where the winner's going to come from.
I want to point out how insane it is that Xander's in the quote second pack, because he has won two majors in the past 2 years. That's how deep that reinforces how deep this field is right now. There's never been more parity in this event since, I don't know, 2012, 2013. It's crazy.
And you're talking about a guy in 4 of his 5 Masters appearances, top 10 finishes too. So
yeah,
he's played this course a bunch.
We're throwing Rahm to the win. He's made every single cut he's ever
right.
This is a crazy field. All that to be said, I think it's pretty obvious I'm going to pick Bryson here. It would be against my code to not pick Bryson.
Yeah, that makes sense. I've got back-to-back, and I cannot believe both of these guys are still. I mean, I can believe it because again, we're talking about the depth. With my first pick, I'm going to go Scotty. I know he's not driving the ball right now. And Isaac, I do want to ask you about that because I'm looking at a stat that says right now he's ranked, let's see, it's 117th, I think, in driving on tour. How big of a concern is that heading into a tournament like this for Scotty Scheffler?
I think it's really hard to play golf. And I think that, just to be frank, and he's been so unbelievably good. He won right out of the gate this year. He also plays the hardest events. And I think that's something that maybe we aren't necessarily talking about when it comes to him. He only plays the hardest events. And so because of that, this gets exaggerated a little bit. But also he hasn't been super on. At the same time, you don't necessarily have to be super on going into Augusta to just figure it out. Fred Couples almost made the cut last year.
Right.
That dude is 150 years old. This course does not care about previous form. It doesn't care about age. I think a sneaky pick, if somebody took Zach Johnson, I would be like, holy crap, that's a ball knower. He won on the Champions Tour this year. He's won the Masters before. This golf course does not necessarily care about previous form as much as I pulled for Matt Fitzpatrick just a minute ago, who will be my second pick.
Okay. Yeah. And I've got John Rahm that I'm going to sandwich in there as well. So you've got, I've got that covered.
Aaron
Johnny,
got the top 2 odds, guys.
Which almost feels bad in a way.
Well, yeah, I don't know. It's just different. It's different. It's different than any other sport when it comes to anything like that. Man, Josh, you really messed me up because I thought I was going to get both those guys. I didn't think anybody was going to
those were my guys as well.
Well, but you got Scotty and John Rahm. Yeah. Oh, you were going to take them instead.
No, I had my eye on Oberg and Schauffele, both. I had stats queued up. I was ready to go. And
those guys are screwed. I'm so sorry. I'm going to pick a personal favorite, and I believe he's actually been having some injury issues recently, which is probably a terrible person to pick in that situation. But I'm going to pick Colin Morikawa. He's just a personal favorite. I just enjoy watching him play golf more than just about anybody else. So I'm just going to go with my heart on that one and stick with Morikawa.
I like it. Josh, you've got back-to-back picks.
Oh, excellent. Here we go. Scanning through, I know nothing about this guy. I'm just vibing with the name.
Name.
Josh is
only.
going to
I
win this,
love
by
it.
the way, just so you know.
Yeah,
This is
that's
dumb.
how
No, this is dumb.
works.
They're going to be like, wait a second, who's Tommy Fleetwood? Because that's my pick.
No, that's
Nice.
yeah. That's a great pick.
Isaac, that's
I mean,
actually who I
he-
thought you might pick as like your heart pick. Like, I think it'd be fun to see Tommy win.
Here's the thing: he got his first tour win in the fall, and then he goes and signs with Blackstone for a hat deal, and I think that takes away the tour win. So I think he's back at 0.
Oh,
I think it's really hard to win your first tour event. So it's going to be. We're still waiting
I
to see
love
if he
that.
can win one.
And my final one, I believe this one is still... Oh, no, that one was taken. That's okay. You know what? Let's do... And that one is not taken. Yeah, let's do Robert McIntyre.
all right.
Sneaky good pick there.
I like it.
Thank you. I thought a lot about it. As you can tell, as I've done with all of these guys.
Yep. Johnny, you're up next. What do you got?
Going, you know what? Out of left field, I liked watching him and tailing him when it came to the Memorial this last year. Let's go Victor Hovland.
Nice. I like that.
Shot into the wind. Hopefully, maybe we'll find our target here.
Yeah, because Johnny, we went to the Memorial together, and it was him and Oberg were in the same group, if I remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah,
it
we
was
got
fun.
to watch the Scandinavian duo there for a little bit.
Yep. All right, Isaac, your last pick.
I
Who are
mean,
you
I
going with?
literally told you guys who I was going to pick before this thing even started, and nobody
Yeah.
took him. And that makes it even worse if one of these guys wins. I'm going to take Patrick Reed.
Yeah, you know what? That was the one I had queued up because I think that's the ultimate storyline pick, right? Like you saw, like he was so close last year, like all the emotions building. Like you're watching Rory collapse, but it's also like Justin Reed surging, and he's had his moments, like 7th in 2021, and also 2nd in 2017, I believe. So like he's been right on the precipice of this. So I love that pick, and now I need to adjust because that was going to be my pick. Let's go. Oh boy. I had it queued up. Isaac, can you say yours again so I can write it in the show notes real quick?
Yeah.
Sorry, Chris. I'll edit this out.
Patrick Reed.
And I realized I just said all that, and I was talking about Justin Rose, wasn't I?
Yeah, we can go. I kind of figured that's who you're talking about,
Yep.
but that's okay. We can go on the same shit. You want me to say it again?
No, you're good. Yeah. Okay. Yep, I can do that. Thanks, Chris. That was
Every
Chris.
time he says a golf name, just replace Justin Rose.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, Isaac. Go
Use
ahead.
that actually.
Go ahead and give us Isaac. Isaac, go ahead and give us Patrick Reed again, if you don't mind. Sorry about that.
Well, I quite literally told you guys, I think 10 minutes ago, who I was going to be picking, and nobody picked them. So if Patrick Reed wins this thing, I'd like to thank the odds makers. I will be taking Patrick Reed.
I like it.
We wanted to be gracious to you as our guest.
Yeah.
Not that we forgot.
Yeah.
You really talked
Guys,
me into Bryson. I feel like it could be time.
Yeah.
I just think the other thing is, like, I can talk myself into any of these, and I can talk myself out of every single one of these making the cut. Like that's what makes this. That's another thing that makes this week special.
Yeah. Makes for good entertainment.
Right. And someone's going to get devastated, like one of the favorites in this big group, when they don't make the cut. Like that's the devastating part of golf. You're right. It's a tough sport. My last pick, I'm going for the ultimate storyline pick. I'm going to go Justin Rose. Obviously, he was nearly there last year. Now Rory kind of needed to collapse a little bit for him to get there, but he's had 2 second place finishes at the Masters. He's been right on the precipice. He's 45 years old. So is this likely? You know what? Probably not. But what is it likely that he almost won this thing last year either? No, I also got to tail him a little bit at the Memorial last year. That was great. I think it would be the ultimate storyline pick. So that's what I'm going with to wrap up our Masters draft is Justin Rose. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, he's currently ranked 7th in the world golf ranking. So it's not like I'm picking, like a 16 seed here or something like that. But I'll go ultimate storyline for my final pick there. So that is our 2026 Masters draft. Let us know in the comments of this video if you're watching on YouTube, or if we've clipped this, let us know who you think is going to win. And we'll see. We'll also post this on Instagram of our picks, and you can follow throughout the week and send all bad comments to Isaac and none to us. That's what we ask. So no, Isaac's probably going to be right. So yeah, thanks guys. That'll be fun. Before we let you go, Isaac, one of the other reasons why we wanted to get you on the show, and we've been talking for a while, is because look, this is a week where a lot of people are watching golf on TV. And they're watching for hours on their couch, probably yelling things at their television and saying, hey, I can do that too. They get to the course, they realize I cannot do any of this because I'm not a professional golfer. But you are the co-creator of Play Ready Golf, which is a great tool for golfers really of all skill levels. So even people like me who would like to break 100 on playing 9 holes, to people that are, really competitive, playing in leagues, whatever that looks like. Can you talk a little bit about this tool, this program that you all have created over at Play Ready Golf? Because it's a pretty sweet thing.
Yeah, like you said, I think there's a lot of golfers who got into it during COVID. A ton of my friends did. And there's just so much information on the internet. And a lot of it's really, really good. But it's really hard to sift through it and figure out what's right for my skill level, what's right for the amount of time that I have, what's right for the facilities I have access to. And so I played college golf. After college golf, I was trying to figure out how to make the most of my time and kind of stumbled into the idea of trying to organize it a little bit more, automate it a little bit. Very quickly realized that I had no business trying to code something. And so reached out to Luke, who's my co-founder, because he's got a lot of coding background. And so we worked on it for about 9 months of putting together a system that allows you to not only keep track of your stats really simply. This is the simplest way to keep strokes gained. So typically keeping strokes gained takes 1.5 minutes per hole. Our system takes 30 seconds per hole. And so you keep your strokes gained during your round, you get that report afterwards, but then you have actionable items with it. So you can the app will build out a plan for you with drills that make sense for the amount of time you have, the facilities you've access to, and your skill level, most importantly. And so no matter how much time you have during the week, whether it's a random 15 minutes here or there, you want a structured 4-week plan for 3 hours a week, it's going to be able to build that for you. One thing that we're really proud of is this is not like some crummy AI product. These are all drills that I either did in college or I've prescribed to other golfers as they're trying to get better. And so they get progressively harder. Like if you guys have ever used like a weightlifting app or something like that, it's very simple. It's using the same principles there. And so we're progressively overloading you through drills. The drills either get harder themselves or we move you onto a more difficult drill. You keep track of everything within the app so you actually know if you're getting better or not. There's nothing else like it on the market, and I'm super proud that we were able to put something out like this because we've only been out for 8 days now, and the amount of feedback that I've gotten has been like really, really awesome. And yeah, it like straight up it's a business because I mean we have costs, but like our ultimate goal is to give every single golfer the ability to get better with the time and tools they already have. And that's why I'm super proud of what we've put out. And it's just going to keep getting better. We've got a ton of stuff down the pipeline that we're super excited to introduce. We've got coaching, like a coaching integration coming for PGA professionals so they can work with their students remotely. We've got management of players coming for college coaches. So we've got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline to really help a lot of people. Because like you said, like golf's hard. It's hard to figure out what you're supposed to work on. And it's a time consuming thing and it's an expensive thing. So if you've already got, a backyard where you can go chip, like just put in there that you've got a chipping green and you've got 15 minutes and it'll put together a plan for you based on the skills that you have. Or if you've just got 30 minutes and you've just got 8 feet in your office, like I do here, like I can build a plan for my office. How sick, and I can track it all. Like how sick is that? So
that's awesome.
It's been a ton of fun. We're super, super proud of it. Yeah, it's been awesome. And I'll drop a little exclusive in here. I did not clear this with Luke, but I'm just going to do it anyway. If you use code Isaak, ISAAK, you will get a discount. So it'll be $10 off of the $54 a year price that's going to be founding members until April 12th. And then after April 12th, it goes to $119 a year, which is $10 a month. But that'll bring it down to $99 a year, and that locks you in for life. So
nice.
Hopefully some people take advantage of that. Like I said, and you could get a free week trial. And if you hate it within 30 days, I'll just refund you. So just go give it a try. Like I'll get you guys all on it. I'm excited to hear what you guys think. And
yeah, Because I do,
I
like
think
you said, a yard for chipping. Like, I don't have a lot of room, but I got enough room where I can like work on what is, in my opinion, one of the worst parts of my game is when I get like 15 feet from the green and I just try to make a little chip. Like, I'm trying not to be the guy that pulls out the Texas wedge every time, but that's kind of where I'm at right now. And I'd like to not be that way. I will also say this, having like kind of looked through all your guys' stuff, shout out to Luke on this, because I think a lot of people say, oh, we build an app. And my first reaction a lot of times when I hear that is like, this thing is going to look like it's on Microsoft Word 1995. And it does not. It looks like visually, it looks awesome. So shout out to you guys for not only making a product that's super great, not only just for the work it can do, but it looks great too. Like, I don't want to just quit out of it just by staring at it. So I think that's an awesome ad as well.
Yeah. Well, people text me like, "Did you design this thing?" And I'm like, "The only thing that you see on there is the demonstration videos. That's it. That's the only thing I did." And even then, it's like that has nothing in comparison to what Luke did. So yeah, phenomenal.
Yeah,
work
the
by him.
idea though, Isaac. I mean, that's worth a lot too. So the idea, and I mean, I'll have to give it a try because Aaron's talking about specific rough parts of his game. It's all bad. For me, so all of it's terrible. So
Isaac, we always seen a hockey player.
Oh yeah,
just like shoot a puck. That's what we're dealing with.
We're short to long. Okay.
Yeah. So if I would be a wonderful testimonial if it can teach me anything. There is a hockey. I never played hockey, by the way, so it's just naturally horrible. Nice. We always joke, like I did play just 9 holes one time, and we went back and they asked how I did, and I said, "Oh, I did okay, except on the 7th hole, I hit the water hazard," and they're like, "There's no water on 7," and I'm like, "Oh." Okay, cool. I mean, I hit water. I don't know.
I discovered water.
What you're talking about.
I struck oil.
You send this guy to the moon. That's
right.
There it is.
So, hey, I'll definitely have to give it a shot. Excited for you guys.
Yeah, we're pumped. Like you said, Luke's been great. It's been a really fun kind of team exercise, and I'm actually right after I hop off of here. We're gonna hop on another little founders call and keep on chugging, because ultimately, like, golf is too much fun to not get better at it. And I truly think we've built a tool that allows everybody to get better at scoring lower, not having a prettier swing, because golf is not played through your camera app, but actually having a lower score and having more fun with your friends. So cool. We're pumped.
Yeah.
Chris, your hockey swing, Johnny, and just
that top golf.
Just get it in the hole, man. That's it. It's easy. Just get it in the hole.
This is what people said about Steph. Oh, that's terrible. Guess what? He's doing okay with it.
I'm unironically a little Happy Gilmore with it, just without the run up.
I love it.
Isaac, before we let you go, what's the best way that fans or people looking to get better at golf, or just who are interested in your content? Because we didn't even mention this, but in addition to your app, like you're making a ton of content on just like little drills, different things. Where can everyone kind of find that content that you all are making?
Yeah, it's play_ready_golf on Instagram. We've also got a TikTok. We've got the Play Ready Golf podcast that we do every week. So we're just trying to churn out as much as possible to help as many people as possible with the time and resources they already have. So it's a ton of fun.
Yeah, I love it. I'm motivated by seeing some of the stuff that you mentioned. Like, here's my 8-foot office, here's my putting, and I was like, oh, I can do that. And that's the whole thing. It's like, I think people are looking at this content saying, oh wait, I can do this. So I think like Johnny said, like we've all been saying, like, this is an awesome resource. So listeners, viewers, if you are interested in golf even a little bit, I encourage you to check it out. So follow. We'll also have the links posted wherever this is. If you're on Spotify, Apple, YouTube, wherever, we'll have links in the description of this show. We'll tag Isaac and Play Ready Golf and all that stuff as well. Isaac, man, thank you so much for being here. It was great to talk to you. We're looking forward to this week. Stay tuned to your social medias for sure this week. If there's any week to stay tuned to it, it's this one. Looking forward to it.
Yeah. Thanks again, guys. Really appreciate it.
The guys spent hours scrolling social media, and they found some pretty dumb stuff. Now they want to talk to you about it.
Oh, by the way, I did find there is bowling in Dave & Buster's. Woo. Importantly, it's half off on Wednesdays as of 5 years ago.
That coupon still spends. Let's go.
Good luck. It's time for What We're Following.
Johnny's following that he had to leave. So Josh and I are back with you, ready to wrap things up. So jail for Johnny. But you know what, Josh, I do think we've given him a straight out of jail free card for some reason in the past. So
I believe so. We probably did.
Yeah.
Or we say we did, and it's just easier that way because
right.
What we've talked about in being arbitrary and capricious in our rulings, there's a lot of red tape that people don't realize. And so that's why we send so many of the same people to jail, because we already have the paperwork filed.
Yeah, that's true. NCAA, who's been sent there like 17 different times. Speaking of NCAA, we haven't forgotten about the NCAA tournament, but look, the Final Four games were not that exciting. And for us, the championship is about to start in an hour. For you all, it's been over for at least a couple days. So, yeah.
The only
producer Chris is saying that we should address how we've killed off the podcast people that have been on this one by one. So
that's fair.
It's down to us, Josh.
All right. So it's
and frankly, because Chris has producer powers, he can I'm fairly certain he can just literally remove us from the room. So if one of us,
this isn't then there were none, but it is really, we already know who it is.
Right. Yeah. So if he just decides to Thanos snap one of us, then it's just a solo podcast the rest of the way.
Man, this is scary.
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, what's your Venmo? I got
on an unrelated note.
Unrelated notes.
Yeah.
I got Cash App too. I'm good for it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we talked about jail, and there was a certain chocolate company that nearly was sent to jail. I didn't even know about this. Thankfully, the internet brought it to my attention. And I don't think this is an April Fool's joke, even though this was posted on CBS News on April 1st, as Chris puts his Venmo in the chat. Excellent. So you guys may have heard about this, but according to CBS News, Hershey's says it will shift back to classic Reese's recipes. Is it Reese's or Reese's? Discuss in the comments, because that's a great place to talk about a phonetic. Anyways, recipe after backlash. So basically, the internet revolted, and this was all led by the grandson of the founder, Mr. Reese's III, because the company was shifting to cheaper ingredients to make not all of their items, because it says their peanut butter cups have always been made with real milk, chocolate, or dark chocolate and peanut butter, but a small portion of Hershey's and Reese's products, like, and this is timely because we just had Easter, like mini Easter eggs, are now made with a coating that contains less chocolate. Josh, we talked about the war on protein, but we have a war on chocolate.
War on, my goodness.
The chocolate company wants to give you less chocolate. What we have fallen. Well, we would have fallen had the internet not outraged. And so now, according to Hershey in this article, in 2027, now why is it going to take that long to make this change? I don't know, but it will shift those products to...
You're going to find all the chocolate.
Well, true. Yeah, you're right. To their classic milk chocolate and dark chocolate recipes. So internet, chalk one up for us. We have, again, successfully bullied a company into doing the right thing. We are a pro-bullying podcast in the sense that if it's directed at a corporation, we're almost always 100% for it. Because it produces results like this. I mean, what would we have become? Like, Hershey's would have just slowly taken the chocolate away even more. It was going to affect, it would affect the normal cups. Heaven forbid the Reese's egg, which is, in my opinion, the ultimate way to eat.
It's a good time of year if you're an egg guy. This is not the first time, Aaron. Thank you for bringing this up, by the way. This is the hard-hitting journalism you've come to expect.
Yeah.
Over here at the Fifth and Goal Sports Studio. This is not the first time this past 12 months, honestly, even the past 6 months, where we've discussed a relative of the founder of a company being upset. I remember covering the great nephew of Colonel Sanders, suing and releasing his own version of what he believes to be the original 11 herbs and spices. We have Reese's coming back to take what's theirs. This is the type of 2026 I want to live in. Who else is out there that we need to restore?
I I mean,
Get in the
Chipotle
comments.
could give us more food in their bowls.
Chipotle could give us more food.
come
I will
on.
say down here, and I hate to brag. They've been doing a lot better recently. The two local Chipotles I've been at.
Great.
But I also know that in Dallas we are a little bit more under scrutiny because we're the most likely to eat out, which is great financially. Don't think about it, please. I don't.
But you know what? That's good though that there's progress being made somewhere. Like we can point back to a place and say, "Hey, do it like this." So, okay.
You know where progress isn't being made?
Oh no.
You think I'm going to go there because Aaron has an access to the show notes. I'm going to start with following a thing that we are continually following this season, which is in MLB, the ABS.
Oh, yes.
We've had our first ABS controversy. A few days ago, Athletics were playing, who was it? The Astros? Who were they playing?
Sure.
Let's say that. Doesn't matter. No one's going to care in a decade. ABS overturned a called ball to be a strike. Now, the ball grazed the outside corner of the strike zone, but grazed it. If you've ever seen like tennis or volleyball and they bring in the digital line, it's exactly that. And what I've seen is a lot of people very, very upset that this quick grazing of the strike zone was in fact called a strike. People saying it's a travesty. People saying that the strike zone has and always will be a spectrum on the edges. I went, no.
That's an insane sentence.
In no world is this a strike. Actually, bud, at ball nowhere 19. I'm about to ball no you. In that's
don't
not,
clip that.
Please don't. I like my job. I would like to keep it.
That's right.
Now that we have ABS in this world, is this a strike? Congratulations. There has to be a line. The issue has been that we were letting the human eye via these umps get lazy, and they were calling things 6 feet off the plate as strikes.
Mm-hmm.
So now we have an uncaring robot. Has no fandom. Robot does not have to worry about how robot sleeps at night.
True.
Because robot doesn't sleep. Robot just thinks about ball and is it in or out. It said in, therefore, congratulations. In this world, is that a strike? Someone put it a great way. You have to think of the strike zone as a thin piece of glass. If you break a corner of it, you've broken the plane of the strike. No, it's a spectrum. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. Turns out you're just wrong. And you're going to have to tell your the strike zones. No. Guess what? In your kid's travel ball game, at your 6U game, yes, maybe it's a spectrum, and you can yell at the underpaid ref. Don't do that. First off, don't do that. But in the professional leagues where we have the technology, we have camera, we have box on TV. Congratulations, we now have a definitive area. Oh, it's got to be the majority of the ball. Well, then we're going to have the same argument in 6 months when someone says, 50.01% of that ball wasn't in. Mm-hmm. Great.
Yeah.
This is going to be Achilles race all over again. Congratulations, this is the new normal. I allow one robot overlord, and that is the ABS robot.
I'm with you. If it touches an atom of the strike zone, it's a strike. That's the way the rule is.
Hey, guess what you should do, batter? Hit it.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Swing for it.
Yeah. I like ABS. I'm sticking with it. We somehow had an ejection over ABS this already, which is hilarious.
It's so good.
Which that's more to do with just a manager being tired of an umpire. And anyways,
yes.
Josh, I'm with you. I think all these people are like, but it's a strike.
It's a strike.
Robot says strike. I say
robot says strike. I trust.
I'm with the robot on this one.
This robot.
Yeah.
You know what I don't trust? Here's the segue.
Oh, okay.
Here's the segue. I had to use, as millions of people did today, I had to use Microsoft Teams.
I hate to see
and I do mean had to.
Yeah.
I have the majority of my workflow is Mac based, not because I think I'm better than people. It's because I am lazy and do not want to have to menu dive. And also I don't want to install 55 drivers for all of my audio things. We have one PC at the church that I work on. It runs our lights. I went to go launch it yesterday and it said, hey, this file is corrupted. And I went, no, it's not. I just used it Friday. It's now Sunday. And they said, no, Windows can't support this. And I went, hey, it's an hour until we actually bring people into the sanctuary for an Easter service. If you could not. So I've been pretty down on Microsoft recently. Not a big fan of them. What I am a big fan of is the Moon. Guys, we at this time, at the time of this recording, we are the farthest. We, as in the human race, I'm going to count all of us in this. We all did this.
Yep.
Are the farthest away from Earth we have ever been, like in a manned spaceship. Artemis 2, at the time of this recording, is now on the dark side of the moon, has lost radio contact with Command Center in Houston, and should regain in like another hour or two. They are thousands upon thousands of miles away from Earth. They have gone farther than any man has gone before. And Microsoft still didn't let them into Outlook.
It's crazy.
When they were closer to Earth, they were still within, like they were still burning fuel, trying to make sure they could get out of Earth's orbit and into the, getting themselves into moon zone. They're very close. I mean, the internet is, people think the internet is stored underneath the Earth and like the underground, like those undersea cables, and they are. But a lot of it's in space. We have like 1 billion satellites up in space that handle a lot of the communications and that type of stuff. Microsoft has a few like up there. They were literally the closest anybody has ever been to a Microsoft satellite.
Right.
And unfortunately, that wasn't enough.
Oh, man.
Because both Outlook New and Outlook Classic, because there's two of them.
Right. Double jail. Jail twice, Josh.
Jail twice.
One for classic and one for new.
One for classic, one for new. I was going to talk about how cool it is. I was going to talk about the cool spaghetti burger that La Rosa's came out with. The donut spaghetti sandwich that they're releasing for like kind of the Reds thing. I was going to talk about the 2-foot glizzy that the Colorado Rockies just released.
Yeah.
No, instead I have this legitimate quote. This is, you can go to NASA's live stream. They've been live streaming the whole thing. You can go early into the live stream when we have one of the astronauts saying, well, one, they're online. I listen to this clip. Listen to this clip. It's insane.
So with your Go, we can remote in and take a look directly.
Yeah, go for it. And then I also see that I have 2 Microsoft Outlooks, and neither one of those are working. If you want to remote in and check Optimus on those 2 Outlooks, that would be awesome.
All right, we will join in on your PCD, and we'll let you know when we're done.
You have someone from Microsoft saying, hey, if you guys are okay, I can remote in to the Artemis 2 spaceship. You guys are going to the moon. You guys are going 2,300 miles an hour. I can remote in and see. And they go, yeah, that might be working. Yeah, I have 2. This is a quote. I have 2 versions of Outlook and neither of them are working. that is our Houston. We have a problem.
Oh,
I
man.
have two versions of Outlook, and neither of them are working. I don't. At the same time, and I'm not saying this as a Microsoft hater, because I understand they did things like Xbox. And I know that Aaron has to use a lot for his work. Are you guys on like Microsoft 10? Have you guys even switched over to 11?
Well, I think we're there. We're at 11, but
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Oh, that's right, because Microsoft stopped supporting 10, so
Yeah.
you had no choice.
But every time I turn on my laptop, it just screams.
Oh, absolutely. When I got the PC, it's a HP all-in-one. That all it does is run one file that is essentially a large MIDI controller. I was told by my AV guy, hey, shut this computer fully off every single time. After you are done, cycle it off. Meanwhile, the two Mac Minis I have been going up for 2 months and they're fine. I turned them off when I needed to move them and literally had to unplug them.
Yeah. Can we go back to the people in space needing Outlook? Like, brother, you're in space.
Also,
the shareholders will be fine.
The shareholder, what are you doing? What are you doing?
How is
What's going on?
that? I don't understand.
2 days later, Microsoft then puts out a press release that says Microsoft Copilot, the thing that was installed mandatorily on everything that you now have, the thing that I had to get a script from, I had to go to GitHub and download a script that disables all of the Outlook things onto the lighting PC, because I don't want to have it go, hey, looks like you're trying to light this stage. Would you like? No, Clippy, you don't know lights. Clippy, you don't know lights.
Clippy might know spaceship, though.
Clippy might know spaceship, but actually Clippy doesn't, because it said no.
Yeah, that's
Copilot's for entertainment purposes only. It can make mistakes and it may not work as intended. Maybe it shouldn't be used for business. Don't rely on Copilot for important advice. Hey, I can't not click on it because that's the start button now is Copilot. And it's just for fun little things. I get to boil a gallon of water every time I click that stupid button for it to give me the incorrect answer.
Yeah.
At the same time, the Apple's doing great. Their face cam, the front camera on the 17 Pro Max is taking beautiful selfies of the Earth. Microsoft, I'm sorry. I know I checked your stock. Your stock is not falling. It should. Yeah. I'm not casting you guys off to jail. I'm sentencing you to stock free fall. I don't know what that means. I did not take a business class, but that's what I'm sentencing you to.
Yeah.
Guys, we bullied Reese's successfully.
Yeah.
We've bullied Sonic. All right, so Sonic turned into a great success. We talked about how bullying does work there. We kind of bullied the MLB. We talked about how lame it was. That was one of the first major themes in our show back in 2021, 2022. MLB is doing great, especially compared to the NBA. That might be something I bring up in a few months once we kind of get some more numbers.
Yeah.
Let's turn our bullying to Microsoft. We've already done a little bit. Microslop is good. Microslop is starting to sound a little millennial. If we could move to something different.
We need a new term.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It is getting kind of, remember when we were all obsessed with bacon and we put bacon on our t-shirts, and it's getting to kind of that level.
Which,
and
this generation, it's glizzies, just for the record.
Because hot dog is the Gen Z Gen Alpha bacon.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So bully Microsoft. That's your action statement for this week.
I was about to say action statement. Here's your other action statement, and we want to again thank Isaak Ramsey for jumping on. Go check out his accounts. Again, it's play_ready_golf on Instagram, and you can find all of his other stuff on YouTube, TikTok as well. I believe he's even on Twitter. So go check out his content. I'm telling you, it is so good. So give him a follow, subscribe to his YouTube channel, do all that. Again, is linked in the show notes here or in the description of this video. So we want to thank him again for jumping on the show, for Josh and I, and for Johnny as well, for producer Chris in the void. Thank you for listening or viewing. We appreciate you guys. Thanks for supporting this show, and we will see you all next week when the Masters are concluded, when an NCAA champion has been crowned on the men's side. Shout out UCLA women for winning the title. We'll see you all next week. Have a good one.